Hey guys, how's it going? So I've been asked a few times in some of my previous videos that some of you wanted to know about credit limit, and some of you asked me about credit limit, and I think that since I did not create a video dedicated to credit limit, I hope this video helps you out and answers some of the questions that you might have about credit limit. So in this video, we'll just talk about credit limit in general, just define what is credit limit, how do you determine a credit limit, and also tell you guys some tips on what to do with your credit limit that you can take advantage of, especially when it comes to credit score. So credit limit and credit score ties in very hand in hand, and they are obviously correlated to one another. So without further ado, let's start by defining what is credit limit. So credit limit is actually a limitation set by banks when you apply for your credit card. A credit limit basically limits your expenditure to a certain point. And the misconception about credit limit is everybody has the same credit limit, which is not true. Credit limit is determined by two items, which you should know of. One of which I always answer everyone is, it depends on your salary. Because the higher your salary, the more your credit limit goes. And the second thing that not many people know about, or maybe some of you do know for those experienced credit card users, is based on your history of payment. If you're a good paymaster, you will get a better and a higher credit limit compared to those without a history of credit card. So for the first timer, yes, your credit limit will be lower than long-time users. And this credit limit is not really set at a certain amount. It can be anywhere between 2 times of your salary to as high as, I don't know, maybe even 10 or 20 times your salary. And like I said, your payment history determines your credit as well. So let's say if you get your first credit card and your credit limit is quite low, the next time, maybe 2 years from today, when you get a promotion or you get some kind of increment, your credit limit for your second application of credit card, no matter which bank it is, will be higher than the first credit card. And sometimes, believe it or not, you can ask for a credit limit increase. I did this once to my credit card because back then I am actually booking for a trip, and so happened the air ticket is out of range of my credit limit. And because I want to buy the air ticket for my family members, I have to make a request to artificially increase my credit limit, but only for one transaction. But because the bank thinks that I have a good payment history with them, they permanently upgrade and increase my credit limit by quite a substantial amount, easily up to 30 to 50%. So how do you use credit limit to your advantage? There is something called the utilization rate, which is actually a certain percentage of the maximum value of your credit limit. If let's say your credit limit is 10,000 ringgit, a utilization rate of 30% is like a sweet spot that tells the bank that you are not overspending and tells the bank that you are comfortable to spend and pay up to the amount that you spend. So 30% of 10,000 ringgit is 3,000 ringgit. But somehow, if you keep using this 30% or more than that, over a consecutive amount of months, maybe like 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even more months, the bank will start to doubt your ability to pay the amount in full. So do not use your credit limit up to the maximum value. Just keep it to a minimum where you think that you can pay off in full at the end of the month. And this will definitely increase your credit score, which will benefit you in the long run. But for instance, if you use more than 30% of your utilization rate, maybe like once or twice or maybe even 3 times a year, that's fine, because sometimes we do have to pay a little bit for emergency purpose. Maybe there is a car repair that we need to use the credit card for. So it is understandable by the banks that sometimes you do go overboard with your credit limits, but not too often to the point you are maxing out your credit limit on a monthly basis. And once you're an experienced user or a long-time user of credit card and have gained a few increments down the line in your job or promotion, It is good to update your bank on your recent and latest salary. Therefore, the bank knows how to adjust your credit limit to reflect your spending ability of your credit card. And by increasing your credit limit, you are actually able to lower your utilization rate. So like the example earlier, if let's say your initial credit limit is 10,000 ringgit and you manage to increase it to 15,000 ringgit, suddenly the 3,000 ringgit utilization rate, which is 30%, becomes a 20%. So that leaves you with more room to spend on your credit card and also keeps your utilization rate to a good level. So there you go, a video about credit limit. I hope this answers some of the questions that my viewers have been asking and gain some insights on what and how to use credit limit to your advantage. So if you like this video, do subscribe and hit the notification bell. Leave a comment down below if this helps you out. So take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.